Hey, what's up guys? John here. What's happening in Florida's housing market is absolutely unbelievable, and no one knows what's going on except for you now in this video, because you're going to see things that no one else is seeing and understand things much clearer than the average person in America. What we're going to see most likely in Florida is going to be a huge rug pull on this housing market, and it's not just due to affordability, it's not due to housing bubble because of, massive price appreciation due to low interest rates and mass supply of new people, wealthy individuals coming from New York or California or any of these locations. It has nothing to do with that. What's going on right now with this insurance problem is beyond the scope that most people can imagine. Look at this information, take this into consideration, and you form your own opinion at the end of this. Now, on this channel, I talk about personal finance, real estate, business, and money. And I want to see things clearly for how they really are, not, with any emotion, not on how I want to see things, just looking at the clear facts so we can make a smart, educated, and informed decision. That's the only purpose of this video. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's really going on. And if you want to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at greatcreditfast.com. That's greatcreditfast.com. Go there, schedule a free consultation. We can see how we can help you to position you for success in the greatest wealth transfer of all time. Take a look at this. So in the last 13 months, 7 out of 47 insurance companies have gone under. 7 out of 47. And 24 are now on the regulatory watch list. So what we're starting to see here is a massive consolidation of insurance companies. And you're not able to buy property with a mortgage without insurance. And so if insurance becomes much harder to obtain in the desirable areas, think Miami, St. Petersburg, Tampa, West Palm Beach, you start to go up and down the coast where people want to live and they're relocating from these expensive areas, they're getting hit with a massive curveball, which is insurance. Right now, over the last 3 years, the median home price in Florida, $275,600 was the number about 2.5, 3 years ago. Now it's $400,800. We've seen property appreciation about 69% in 3 years. Traditional property appreciation, 3.5, maybe 4%. So you're looking at 69% in property appreciation inside of 3 years. This company, Citizens, which is a government-backed insurance company, has acquired 1.32 million policies. 1.32 million policies, they're essentially taking over the market. When all of their competitors are starting to go on the watch list and go under and go out of business, this one government-backed entity is just acquiring so many policies. In fact, they picked up 12,000 policies in the first half of June. And during hurricane season, they're just growing and growing and growing. For context, Florida has 9.562 million housing units. They own 13, almost 14% of the entire housing market if every single one of these units had insurance. Now, a lot of them are self-insured, meaning they own the property outright. There's no mortgage. If something happens, the owner's going to come out of pocket and they're going to have to deal with it. Well, that's 13% of the market. So I'm not even taking that into consideration for context. So the real number of all of the available policies, Citizens probably has closer to 20 or 22%. Unbelievable. Like, that is absolutely unbelievable. They're taking over. They're forming a monopoly. And what they said, this government entity said, is it continues to be a hot topic in Florida, the property insurance crisis that resulted in skyrocketing premiums for homeowners and more than a dozen insurance companies that have stopped writing policies in the state. The crisis is also affecting real estate market as home buyers are finding it increasingly difficult to secure property insurance, according to experts. And it's not just potential buyers along the beach, but who are getting hit with property insurance roadblocks. The past 2 years, I was dropped from mine. They left the state, so I had to find a new one. 2 years in a row, this homeowner, Jennifer, said, Zinn knows what it is like to search for a new property insurance company, anticipating a 40 to 50% increase in her premium when her policy renews again this year. But it's not only homeowners experiencing property insurance barriers. We're hearing it from realtors who are extremely concerned that they cannot close on properties they're selling because the homeowners will be unable to obtain property insurance to make the sale go forward. She said 56 property insurance companies were operating in Florida at the beginning of last year. Right now, only 47. So it was 56 last year. Now it's 47. 24 on the watch list. 7 just went under. So you're starting to see what this is looking like. What what Citizens said, though, is they said that if there's a massive disaster and they don't have the funds, they do not have the funds, they will have to basically push it on to all the consumers. They say right here, the president of Citizens says, we have grown at a rate where state leaders of long-worn policyholders throughout Florida could get stuck with a tab through what is known as assessments if Citizens can't pay all of its claims after a major hurricane. So when you have a company that's acquiring market share, government entity acquiring market share, and then they maybe get hit with some type of hurricane or disaster. I mean, think about it. Fort Myers, that's a very, very expensive situation. Fort Lauderdale flood, expensive situation. Miami building collapse, $1 billion plus settlement from insurance companies. If they get hit with one large claim and they have 15, 18, 20, 25% of the market, and they can't make good on that payout, everyone's rates are going to pick up. And at the same exact time, most of these people that have acquired properties in Florida, many of them, have very low interest rates, 3, 4, 5% interest rates. And when they're hit and their rates skyrocket and they can't refinance or pull money out because they don't have equity in their properties, and they can't get insurance on these properties if they were to be able to sell them, or a harder time getting insurance, it's going to greatly impact the valuations of these properties, and it's going to put a lot of people into a corner. So when I'm looking at Florida's housing market, there's some really big question marks. Like, for example, Florida's rents have risen 45.77% in the last 3 years. That's absolutely crazy. 45.77%. You think about all the real estate investors that sold their buildings in Los Angeles, they sold them in New York, and they rolled their money in. They did a 1031 exchange, meaning they sold their property, they had a gain on it, they rolled the gain into a property of like kind in South Florida. They overpaid for it, most likely because of these low interest rates, and everyone was excited to be in Florida. And so they were willing to just do what it took to get away from the eviction moratoriums and to get into a place with no income tax and a more favorable business environment. So you have these people that are stepping into really big problems. And as that is going down, you're seeing these 1.7 million homeowners that are also going to be asking themselves a big question. What do they do? Are they going to sell? Are they going to lease? Are they going to self-insure? What's going to happen? So the big question is Florida's housing market. I believe it's going to be one of the biggest question marks in the U.S. economy going forward. And I don't think that it's going to be something that is going to be able to easily fix itself with this situation. I mean, Glenn Kelman, the CEO of Redfin, and I talked about this about a year and a half ago, warning what he was saying. He was saying that it's going to be very hard for insurance companies to issue policies, for banks and for lenders to be able to lend money on these properties in the very near future because of the climate. He was saying this, he was issuing this warning. Now, I believe that he was saying this because he knows what the future is actually going to look like. You're the CEO of Redfin. You're not just operating from basic information. You're probably getting information that's far above the information that you and I are receiving. And he was saying this a while ago. And as he was saying this, looking back on it, you started to see all of these different insurance problems start to pick up. It looks like he's right on the money. I believe what we're going to start to see here is a massive affordability crisis in the state of Florida that's going to be unparalleled to any other state in the country. I think that's what's really going to happen here. People aren't going to be able to afford to pay these insane insurance rates, and at the same time, the affordability of everyday life is getting extremely expensive. Utility bills are going up. Even car insurance in the state of Florida is extremely expensive. So I do believe we're going to see something very interesting in this state. And what I also think is going to happen is we're going to see a lot more home inventory hit the market over the next 6 to 12 months as people start to try to bail. They're going to try to get out while they still can. I mean, as we start to step into an environment where there's much, much more fear, you're going to start seeing people make emotional decisions, which is going to be probably leaving the state of Florida and downsizing into something that they can afford. What do you think about this entire situation? What do you think about this number? 13 months, 7 out of 47 property insurance companies have went under, and 24 are on the watch list. If even half of these 24 go out of business, and you start to look at that, you're like, okay, there's 30 insurance companies or so, and Citizens is just acquiring more and more and more market share. I mean, eventually that bubble could pop, and when it does, it's going to get nasty. Drop your comments below. Let me know your thoughts about it. Hit the like button, subscribe here. But yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is coming from someone that lived in LA. I sold my house. I came to Florida. I love Florida. But even my situation, like I'll tell you my situation because this is pretty crazy. Bought a place out here, and my HOA, where I'm at, has increased about 40%. 40%. And when we went through the last increase, what happened was the insurance company came out and said, look, we have to replace a roof, we have to do this, we have to meet all these new standards because of Fort Myers. And the cost to do this was through the roof. So the HOA actually is taking out a loan to be able to afford all of the renovations to be able to get the insurance. And the loan isn't like a $100,000 loan, it's a $2 million loan that's going to be pushed out on all of the residents. So what you're starting to see here is not something that is just, sporadic. This is happening to people all across the entire state. We're seeing this. So I'm curious where this is going to be going. I think it could escalate very quickly. I think over the next couple of years, we're going to start to see insurance go to levels and HOAs go to levels that people can't imagine. But what do you think about it? Drop it below. Let's have a conversation about it. If you want to fix your credit, we would love to help you at greatcreditfast.com. That's greatcreditfast.com. Add me on Instagram for short form content I will post here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.